Hey there, Brandon here from ThirstGym.com, and today we're talking about an exercise called the band-resisted vertical jump. All right, for this exercise, you're going to want two bands that you're going to be able to tie to a way to do your jumps. I like using our deadlift platform and the band pegs. It's just very convenient and easy to set up. If you don't have this, you could just perform them in a power rack. So you would just take this in and tie this to your power rack as I am my deadlift platform. So I'm going to take the band here, put it around the band peg, and then it's going to come across my shoulder. And then I'm just going to do the same thing with the other band peg here. It's going to come across my other shoulder. And now I've got this X-based pattern on my body, and that's going to provide my resistance. Now, I would recommend that you don't go too crazy with the band resistance here. I've got too many bands. This is plenty for me to give you an idea. I usually have around a 26, 27-inch vertical. That's going to be enough to give me the resistance that I want. Athletes that have less of a vertical or less power production are going to need less band tension and vice versa. So just make sure you have a good blend there. Your athletes can still actually leave the ground, but they're having to put that force through the ground as you need to. Then from here, we're going to perform our normal vertical jump. So feet are in my jump base position, arms come down, jump and stick, okay? So we have two options of the way we can do this. We can perform this with a dead stop on each rep. So here, like I am, and stick each rep. Or what you can do, if your athlete needs to be a little more springy, we can perform them reactively. So I'm gonna perform one and go right into the next one, like that. So the way you're gonna determine on what your athlete needs here is if your athlete is probably already really springy, you want the dead stop variation. That's gonna help improve rate of force development, create as much power as they can off that first initial jump. If your athlete is not very springy, so they don't they got that pop or that spring, then you want to perform these more reactive. That's going to give you the ability to develop the stretch shortening cycle at the tendons and give them more springy. So as they're jumping, they're having to absorb that force and reapply it. And ideally what should happen after you do this for several weeks or months, you're going to find that the athlete becomes more springy. Their stretch shortening cycle is going to be better for everything they do plyometric wise and in the sports that they do. And that's going to then carry over, obviously, to their performance. So this being a plyometric exercise, again, it's a little bit advanced. I wouldn't start beginners with this. They definitely want to have a general understanding of plyometrics, have built a little bit of strength. I'm not saying they have to squat X amount of weight to do plyometrics like some research says, but you do want to make sure your athletes have quality plyometric fundamentals before you go to implement something like this, because again, you could probably just get better return on investment with introductory based plyometrics. With my advanced athletes for this, again, it depends upon what they need, but we're gonna say if they need the dead stops, I really like doing this for 3 to 6 reps per set, really developing on a good stop each time. If we're doing this more reactively, I'll keep those reps actually a little bit higher. I'll keep them between like 5 and 8, or doing it for time. So that way they're having to continue to do that, or if we're gonna go time-based, 10 to 12 seconds is about the max that I do, and you'll usually find they're probably somewhere in that range of getting up close to about 10 jumps per set, which is completely normal. The other key thing here with it being a plyometric, you want to give 100% of your effort to every single jump. That's how you're going to get the most from this exercise. And if you really want to get gnarly and you really want to develop a shortening cycle, then obviously the more band tension that you add is going to make sure that you hit the ground faster. The key though is you don't want too much band tension again, that it constantly keeps you locked on the ground. The goal is to where you're spending more time in the air than you actually are on the ground, and if you're doing this more from a reactive based training standpoint. So if you happen to have any questions, just let me know in the comment section below. Thanks. Have a great day.